Now it's like almost. This is a bad time to be. All right. Get that out of there before I end up fucking this up. So, just so everybody's aware of everything that kind of been going on right here. Not that there's anybody logged in right now. I can see that, so I don't know why I'm saying anything. But, so my computer needed some sort of update. Earlier today, I thought, I was like, I should go out here earlier and make sure it needs an update. So I was out here like about 5 o'clock. And it said, hey, there's an update pending restart. So I went to restart it, and it was giving me all sorts of like failure warnings. Basically like the blue screen of death. And I was like, oh fuck, that's not good. It got it to like, it was like reversing all changes, and we'll try again. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went and tried to reinstall it. And it's taking forever. And my wife starts hammering me, we gotta get the tree done, So run upstairs, and so I went upstairs, got the tree done, came back down out here at like 7 o'clock. And it's still kind of like, okay, pending restart. Cool, pending restart. Click the restart button. It's dragging. Cool. Got done just about perfect time for me to do the sound checks and everything. Cool, alright, I'm going to do it. Pop it in. It's not reading this camera. Maybe it's not reading this camera. Alright, just dropping out. Get it to read the camera finally. It's a USB port over here. It's bad, it looks like. And it's like, alright, it's reading the camera. I put a little bit of my knead erasers underneath there, keep it jimmied up. Alright. And so yeah, then it decides right as I'm about to click to go live, boom, and drops the camera. So, and I couldn't get it back this time. So I went inside real quick. I have one of these like, where's the piece of shit device? And I'm going to show you something, and everyone be surprised. Ready? Okay, I got one of these little 4 chumpies, right? Yeah, 4 USB ports into one, right? Nice little extender little thingy, right? Cool. Put one of these in there, figure I'd run both cameras on the one, right? That should work, right? Look at that name there. Look at that. I'm not surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. Fuck you! Ah, great. Now I got Christmas music on here. Wonderful. That's exactly what I did not want, actually. Me what? It's a good thing it's a good one. Mr. Grinch, you really are a hero. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You're a monster, Mr. Grinch. Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Mr. Grinch. Between the choice of the two of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile. Turn that away. There we go. So I'm not setting my ass on fire while I'm sitting down. Three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk. Yeah, this was not a good day. Okay, seriously? No, we're not doing this. Alright, we're not doing this. Thank you. I need this. Oops. That's right, if I do it the other way. Yeah, that's what I was worried about a little bit. It might not be too much of an issue, but. Oh, I could use a kind word out there. The one plus of today, I guess, there's been one little, and it was only a slight victory on my part. See, most of the day I was being a gopher for things around the house and what have you. And that's my normal routine for Sunday. My daughter had a birthday party she had to go to, so I took her over that. But when I took her over, it wasn't too far from our Goodwill here. So I looked to go raid Goodwills for paintings. Like if they have any paintings there. Not because I want the paintings, but because I want the stretchers. Last time I did it, I went and I was able to grab like 6 or 7. This time I only got 2. So it's not as great, but it's 2 more canvases available to me now, you know? So I guess that's what, you know. That's the goal. It was achieved, so. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. I feel bad because Keto was painting today and I did not get to check in on him. I didn't even get the time or memory to put him up as hosting. I feel bad. So Keto, I apologize for that. That's my fault. I hope the painting came out cool. If it's still going, I'll check it out. I'll check out later tonight. I'll obviously have to speed through because I can't watch 8 hours in time before I go to bed. My voice is a little rough right now is because I've been calling my computer a filthy cunt and all that fun stuff. So, might be a little sore. So those of you that come here looking to listen to me sing, get psychological help, please. Please call somebody. You're disturbed. And that needs to be resolved at some point. You need to find out who hurt you in the past. And get that taken care of. Baby, you can slow down. Slow down. Baby, can you slow down? Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Slow down. Babe, can you slow down? Slow down. Babe, can you slow down? Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they need, when they need, and they need it, yours and mine. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they need, when they need, and they need it, yours and mine. Slow down. Baby, can you slow down? Slow down. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. And they want it all the time. Give the people what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. What's funny is I actually had plans too today to add some more shit to my widgets and shit here, and that fucking update killed me. And have the USB port die on me too. That's not fucking cool. So I apologize if anybody was hoping to see the palette cam and see what I'm working on, like how I'm mixing shit. I apologize on that. I don't think I'll be able to get it fixed until probably, let's see, it's gonna have to be Friday, Saturday of next week. Am I muted? I better check that. Am I muted? No, I'm good, right? I'm working, okay. Shit, just got scared, sorry. Someone dropped in and dropped out real quick. That's usually a sign that I've been muted. Alright. Slow down. Baby, can you slow down? So like I said, so for now we're gonna live without the palette cam. Like I said, the earliest I'm gonna be able to take this fucking thing apart, and because it's not gonna be done in a day. Like, this is a procedure. Like, because I'm gonna have to get in there and dig around. And I think that port, especially that port, I think is on the bottom end of it. So I have to like take the whole fucking thing apart and get in there. People what they want, when they want, and they want it all the time. This is how bad things are going, man. I'm drinking light beer again. I know this is probably some a darker beer, but this is pussy shit to me. that she turns out to be someone who watch over me. I'm the man who's lost in the woods. I know I could always be good to one who watch for me. Although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to her heart I'll carry the key. Won't you tell her please, put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone who watch over me. Put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. Well, it looks like the Viridian in the background is just... It is finally dried up. It's not going to be influencing the colors much beyond itself. Maybe a dash here or there will end up picking up a spot that is still a little wet, but otherwise... No, we've listened to this morning, so... I've got to St. Matthew's Passion. Can't believe I lost a full fucking half hour. Oh, Sundays are bad enough usually, so it's like I don't, And here's the thing, and maybe I'm bitching too much, but like here's the deal. I get that my paintings, especially my painting method, and especially my speed nowadays, or lack thereof, is, probably one of the duller Twitch channels on here. And if you're watching this in the YouTube archives, YouTube too. I get it. I totally get it. I get that maybe my style is just not well received anymore for whatever reason, man. I don't get people. And I don't mean like I don't get people. I get people. Freeze over there? No, okay. No, but like, what I mean is like, I don't get the viewers that I would like to get, or anything like that, or I don't get the followers on Instagram, whatever. And I understand that. That's fine, whatever. So maybe it's just my style, but like at least I've had my time. In other words, I've always been, or for the most part, I have a schedule when I'm supposed to stream. I will be on here on that schedule. I've been really good about keeping that schedule for a very long time. I should say very long time. I've only been doing this year, but whatever. I mean, like, outside of having to miss it for when I was on vacation because I could not get the internet reception that I wanted. And that was just to keep from making a bad stream. I mean, I guess I could have tried it, but it would have been awful. And, outside of missing for, like I said, family events, My daughter's only going to get inducted to this one honor society once. Got to be there, you know. So it bugs me when I miss the starting time. It really bugs me a lot. So I don't know who's here. I usually assume nobody's here, and that's fine. But if someone's here, like, hey, he's going to go on at 8, or tonight 7:30, I want to be there at the beginning of this so I can say hi or something. Whatever. I want to be on time, and that bugs the living shit out of me. And it bugs me especially because I felt like there was something wrong today, and I should have been down here earlier. Like I said, it started to upgrade. My wife starts hammering me, get up here, we gotta do the tree, and I'm like, okay. And my instincts are going, speed this shit up and get it done, because you got to get out here, and this is going to be wrong. But instead, I decided to enjoy my family time. That'll teach me. Oh God, the German opera's starting now. It's not really German opera, but German soprano. Mein Gott. It's nice now being the edges. I can literally just put like half a dash and who knows. Ah, dude, what's going on? Is that the... Let me see. Hold on. Come on. Alright, you know what I'm going to do it through Chrome. It's going to try to open up Microsoft shit, and Microsoft pissed me off earlier tonight. Oh, nice. Very nice. I'll zoom in a little bit. Pictures will never do it justice, so I'm trying to see as much as I can out of it. Because it looks, I think I see blue, and I'm assuming it. And look, my computer's covered in shit, so not like shit, but like dust and crap in here. So I'm thinking I'm seeing blue highlights in the back of the shirt. That would be like the light on it. I would ramp those up a little bit. You know. And as far as the hair goes, hair's tricky. Hair's always been tricky. It's the one plus I think Impressionists have over everybody else is that we can just, it's all dashes, so we just slap, and we, get a little rough, a little raw with it, and you'll probably be alright. But I like it. It's definitely cool. I wish I could have dropped into that. I apologize. I was like running all over all day, and then I had unbelievable issues here on this piece of shit computer right before going on. So I'm about 30 minutes late starting, if not a little bit more. Remember when I said how my USB cord popped out or whatever the other day, and it just sort of froze the stream and everything? Yeah, it's that port's dead. So, all right, that's cool. Absolutely. Like I said, a lurk is fine, dude. It's a view. At least it's something. It still counts on Twitch. Because I'm this close to the goal. Why it's not reading other stuff. Cross there for reasons. Make it a big one. Why not? Just if you stop lurking, let me know so I'm not paying attention. I get to keep my phone here to look at it from this side like I used to. Just keep that on the charger because it took fucking long. I was running test 2 to see if I could possibly stream from the phone, but that's gonna make nobody happy, believe you me. That's gonna make nobody happy. Funny, I wonder if the people at Goodwill today thought I was cuckoo. I mean, I'm used to that. It's not like that's a new feeling for me. But, like, I went in there, and I went to the back area where they have, like, people put their paintings and shit, or I guess where they put the house goods and stuff. So that's where they have paintings and photo frames and all that shit. I went back there, and there was one of those painting with the twist canvases there. I don't know who this person is. It's the same person, too. I know that. It's the same person who keeps selling their, or giving their painting with a twist canvases after they're done to the Goodwill. But, like, they're always, the canvas is always in crap condition, too. So I don't know what they're, like, this one had a hole in it. There's an actual hole punctured through the painting. Like, again, not a particularly good one, but, you know, whatever. And I'll take it because, like I said, all I need is a stretcher, so I don't give a shit about the quality of the painting. But I actually, because that was the only one back there, was just going to leave without it. So I was like, for painting with a twist canvas, I'm not sitting there wasting my time having to stand in that line or whatever like that. And I start walking out, and right by the front window, there's one of these big ass paintings. It's a floral arrangement, and it's like the stuff that my mom posts, or like will hang above, like in the living room. She had it for years there. Looks almost identical, style-wise at least. It's kind of the stuff you buy at, you know, Deck the Walls or whatever the hell your local mall art store is. You know. So I saw that and I was like, ooh, that's a big one too. Like it's like 25 by something or other. I didn't really look, you know. Well, the 25 was marked, the other one wasn't. So I'm like, all right, let's see here. And I look at it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right, you know what? If I'm gonna get this sucker, I'll go back and get the other one. So then I ran back with the big canvas, and I went back and grabbed the little canvas. And then I got to the front, and I was waiting for the lady to go, you know, this has a hole in it. And I was gonna be like, and you know, I don't give a shit, right? I just think that Macklemore would be proud of me. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my wallet. It's pretty close, actually. I had a little more than 20, but not much. Oh, I remember one of the other things I was going to talk about tonight, but I got all flustered. I took part in Pink Eye Poxy's Friday night draw. Like, they do like a sketch thing together. Um, I got a little late to the show, so they had done some figure drawing. They have like a video for like 5-minute poses or whatever she posts on her Discord. It was pretty sweet. But like I said, I got late to that, so I didn't get to that part. But then they were working on a portrait drawing of somebody. I don't know who it is. It's just like I think it's kind of like a random site she's using for reference. I think it's like, self portraits for reference or something like that. I literally think that's the name of it. But it was cool. I dug that. I would have stayed longer, but I had to go spend time with the wife. Friday nights is our TV night. Got Lost in Space to watch. Until Punisher comes on. I gotta be honest, too. I don't think I'm spoiling too much. She's definitely... If you're familiar with the original Lost in Space and you find out who Parker Posey's character is, not really that shocking that she's the bad guy. Definitely an unsavory character, let's put it that way. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything like that. But she's I'll be honest, man. I don't think I've ever seen Parker Posey lit in such ways that really just make her like sinister looking. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, she just looks dark and it's like, oh my God. I feel uneasy looking at Parker Posey. I'm like, that's just not what I'm used to. I'm used to her freaking out over, like, the dog's toy from Best in Show. Like, that's what I'm used to. It's very interesting. They do a very subtle thing too with her. I'll just say morality and the way that they show it. It's very interesting. My only complaint about the show would be that the planet they're on, more so than anything else, it's just like, it's kind of defying logic. There's, like a perfectly nice, like, deciduous area, like, hard pressed against, like, Arctic, subarctic weather, actually, even like even more frozen than like shit freezes like in seconds. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, that's not really logical how that plays out. here's like I said, I'm gonna plan on trying to fix this thing. Yeah, Friday night sounds like the best night I can do it, because this way it gives me Friday evening, Saturday, and all day Sunday too before 7 to get this thing back up and running. Yeah, it really pisses me off that a USB cord or port is just it's loose and not doing well, and I don't know what's going on. I should give fair warning to my buddy Scott that, hey, if there's a screw missing or something, look, I already have enough screws loose, you know? Like, I might need to come to you, buddy. Actually, I gotta come over here and look at the other piece of crap laptop we have. My wife wants to use that one for school, but for some reason, when under her login, the mouse, trackpad, anything doesn't work on it. Mine works fine. But despite me telling her what my login is, she won't use it. Music dropped out. Okay. Now it's back. Start spinning wheels on my like, go. Yeah, oh no. No, yeah. Yeah. Just want to party that's fools. We just want the money. Let's spend. I'd go dance. Dance should be fun. We just want to party. I know. Dance shit different way. It's America. Don't get you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. It's America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now. It's America. Cause I'm whipping now. So whipping now. Whipping now. It's America. Guns in my area. I got a strap. I gotta carry them. I'm gonna go to work. Go like yeah. I'm so dull like yeah. Go like yeah. Somebody get your money. Get your money. Black man. Black man. It's America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you whipping now. America. What I'm whipping now. It's a cool one. Looks so pretty. Contraband. Haka. Digging, quite like waka. Let's check my follow and listen. Motherfuckers on me. Get your money. Get your money. Black man. Get your money. Black man. Tell somebody. You gonna tell somebody. Grandma told me, get your money. Get your money. Need some more cobalt there. You guys can't see it, unfortunately, because the fucking camera died on me, but hey. I apologize on that again. I will be apologizing for that for at least a week now. Yes, I am that dude that, you know, like, quit saying sorry, you know, like, that's how I am. Don't keep apologizing. Sorry. That's how it's gonna be. I apologize. I will never bother you. I will never bother you. Never say a word again. I will crawl away for good. I will move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. If I was put into this, always knew it would come to this. Things have never been so swell. I have never failed to fail. Pain, pain, pain. You know you're right. You know you're right. Want someone to come inside. I no longer have to hide. Let's talk about someone else. Skin himself against the mouth. Nothing ever bothers her. She just wants to love herself. I won't move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. If I was put into this, Always knew it'd come to this. Things have never been so swell. I have never felt to feel pain. Pain. You know you're right. 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 Pain. I guess I should make a call regarding, since I am so tight about my schedule, I like to be on time. That's why I was so pissed off about tonight, being late. Obviously, next Monday presents a bit of a challenge, doesn't it? Especially because my family spends every Christmas Eve over at my parents' house with the rest of the family. So, we'll be there. Probably through the entire time I would normally broadcast. But I have off that day. So I'm thinking maybe we'll be able to squeeze in some time in the morning or something. Do a little bit of streaming that day. Depending on where we are with this. If this is done, then maybe I'll do some drawing. If this is done, not done, we'll just keep working on this. Excuse me. And maybe, if everybody's good boys and girls, just for shits and giggles, I'll turn the phone stream on for a few moments. It doesn't last very long, but, you know, over at my parents' house, and you can see, you know, Christmas Eve for Lunatics. Though I don't know if all my nieces will be there this year or not. That's my brother's going through things with his soon-to-be ex-wife, and she's being a bit of a pain about that. Which is a little weird. Because I hope she's more than aware that she's not really... I mean, she's... Obviously, yes, she is hurting my brother, but it's like, you're hurting those kids more than you're hurting him in the long run. This has been a tradition since they were, like, literally born, so... Magic technique! But she's pulling, like, a... Since they're going to be over, like, with my brother that weekend before, like, you know, next weekend or whatever, that he shouldn't have her for them for an extra, like, few hours on Monday. Yeah, Monday evening. It's like, okay, well, that's... Like, I'll point this out. My ex-wife and I had a very... It's still, in many ways, do have a bit of a contentious relationship. We can tolerate each other for about, like, that much time. Once it's past that, you know, things start getting ugly. Yeah. So, but we've even figured out Christmas Eve. Like, I don't know how that can be a problem. So, shit, it's mine, motherfucker. Fuck what you heard. It's what you hearing. Listen. It's what you hearing. Listen.
X gonna give it to you. Well, waiting for you to get it on your own. X gonna deliver it to you. Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real with the non-stop pop, pop, a standing still. I go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart, I might make a motherfucker wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I'll do it again. I am nice, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many times I break, look who's sending me. Motherfucker, have nothing but your life saved. Bitch, that's called life debt. Motherfucker. I'll be the one ending up on his knees. Bitch, please. Get out of my way, motherfucker. Then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, let it go. X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you, X gonna give it to you, he gonna give it to you. Then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go.
I used too much oil, so let's get some more paint there.
Nothing ain't nothing to me. By the time I got around, cats got their hands out wanting something from me. Well, I got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't full funk. Like a bull in a bullpen. You against me against you. Whatever. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, this feels something. Fight these tears. It's all kids, but these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who they be. They don't know who they see. Then we're gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go.
Let's get my cobalt nice and moist too. Moist.
Another goddamn up and they give it back. Too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too strong. How about honey? You're even about to, it's about stand for yo. Rock, then we're gonna roll, then we let it pop, go, let it go. Then we let it pop, go, let it go.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Different song. Different song. No, thank you. Does anybody know how to use like Amazon Music in a way that like I added songs, I made a playlist for Christmas, you know, so we can put up our trees and shit. And I don't want to get rid of it yet because we'll do it again, probably Christmas Eve or whatever, Christmas Day, something like that. But like, is there a way to not have it appear in my music?
I'm insecure, and I care what people think. And then facing,
Care what you think.
my name's blurry face, and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
If anybody knows how to do that, again, I like to believe I'm not slow with computers. I just sometimes I just don't have the bandwidth to like go looking it up. I don't think there is though. I mean, like, I'll be honest, it's like, so I have to almost like make a playlist of everything I have except for the Christmas music.
How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? Found it, never sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Same door, so grown. Doing most street hustles, we always take the ladder. Blurry face and I care what you think. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Then give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at our face, saying, "Wake up, you need to make money." Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Saying, "Wake up, you need to make money." Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Play pretend, used to play pretend, used to play pretend, wake up, need the money. Pretend, wake up, need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Wake up, you need to make money. Yo.
Oh, you know what I don't have on? Hold on here. So I've been so caught up in everything else. Alexa, activate Japanese garden sounds. There we go. I always forget, that's something people come here for. Yeah, I know there's some people that come in here to drift off and not listen to me go fuck, you know. Electric super sexy, digimanic, taxi stop, electric cigarette, love baby, hotel, rock and roll, the discotheque, electric super sex. I got the whiskey, baby, I got the whiskey, I got the cigarettes. You are a super ultra maxi nigga, super funky, love baby. Oh, I need the superstar. I need a candy bar. Automatic taxi stop, electric cigarette, love baby, hotel, rock and roll, the discotheque, electric super sex. Automatic taxi stop, electric cigarette, love baby, hotel, rock and roll, discotheque, electric super sex. You are a super ultra maxi manky American, love baby. Hey there mama, hey there pa, got sexy goo goo baby talk, got California baby doll, it's alright. Yes, hello, my name is Martin, I'm super rich, no superstar. Did you know the president is super, super, super sexy? Automatic taxi stop, electric cigarette, love baby, hotel, rock and roll, this electric super sex. Did you know the president has super, super, super sex? Now, this song was written a long, long time ago. Let's just leave it at that. I think the current one will start having some super, super, super sex when it finds myself in Gitmo, but Staten Island, something like that. One of those two. Like, if you're a supporter of them or not, you gotta admit, running for president, unless you're one that has completely ignored facts or like the way things are playing out, running for president was the worst thing he ever did in his life. Dumbest decision he ever made. He did it entirely to try to show up Obama for whatever reason. But the end result of it will be basically all the shit that he has done in the past is coming out to the light, unfortunately. And that's really bad for him. Just saying. And I'm going to take a little break on that because I got to go give my kids some kisses goodnight. So we're going to go do that real quick and then I'll be back. I'm unmuting first this time to save myself the embarrassment that I had last time. Be a smart person. SMRT. Also eating. Well, my wife made cookies. You want one? Oh, I'm gonna do them. There you go. If you can take it through the camera, you're a wizard. I have a good question here. And again, maybe my memory is shoddy. Well, it is, but regarding the Harry Potter series, it's Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Cool with that. That's fine. Get it. But my question lies in that name. In a sense, do they actually determine that a female who practices magic is a witch, and that men are wizards? Because I feel like Hermione wouldn't tolerate that shit. You know? I'm just saying. I feel like Hermione would be like, no, we're either, you gotta stop addressing us via, I'm right there with you, Hermione. Now, keep in mind, too, in my high school history, not class, my history of me when I was in high school, I was a practitioner of the Wiccan religion, and by that point, everyone in that religion, as far as I knew, at least the people I knew, wizard or whatever, warlock, all that shit, none of that was used anymore. So I considered myself a witch, and anybody else that practiced or whatever that religion seemed. So I would just use the term Wiccan more than anything else. But I always hated having to pull up the word witch, though. It was a weird thing. It's kind of like the same thing happens when I'm like, when I had to wait tables and stuff like that sometimes. It's like, or when I worked for Sears, that used to happen a lot too. Or someone come in, yeah, I was talking to somebody else before. Okay, do you know, what they're, who you were talking to? Well, they were dressed like you. Okay, well, that's not going to help. Because we're all dressed like me. What type of day was it? What time of day were you talking? Well, it was last week, in the afternoon. Okay, well, that narrows it down. So we got like 4 people here. Okay, we run some names and Brendan, no, that's not it. Watson, no. All right, let's see. Did he have a beard? Did they have the guy that had a beard? Full beard, goatee, no beard, what, Well, yeah, it was, and they just started sitting there and go. Eventually got to the point was the black guy or white guy? Oh, it's black guy. I would try to use everything before race. It's like, can you just start to get me somewhere first? Just I feel like we should be past this point. They told me close cropped hair with a little goatee. That was probably Watson. You didn't have to say anything beyond that. I know Watson. That's Watson. This little bushier beard, probably Brendan. These were names that these were very easy for me to, with just those descriptive terms. A little coat, just the little chin strap here, little thing going on, with a little wilder hair. All right, actually now I do forget his name, but that's been a long time, so that's probably acceptable. But I knew it at the time, damn it. Anyway, I can't think of it. I've also been drinking.
I meet girls like you. She also told me stay away, you'll never know what you'll catch. Just the other day I heard a soldier's falling on some Indonesian junk that's going round. Daddy's alright, just seem a little weird. Don't give yourself away.
I'm gonna do a quick live spot here. No, I think I have to do it this way. I guess it's not really gonna be a live spot, so I have a record on this for a second. No, did not want to do that. There we go. Techie issues are behind me now, thank fucking God. So, we've been working now for about an hour or so in here. Still got about an hour to go, so feel free to stop in at twitch.tv/Menaceart to join. There we go.
Disappear. And I heard up mom and dad rolling on the couch, rolling numbers, rock and roll. Art.
Let's use a few hashtags. There we go. Just a few. Let's get it over and done with. Oh, and then switch back before I.
It's alright. Daddy's alright. Then just.
Now I got enough battery to make it through the rest of the stream. My youngest was funny. I dropped her off at this party. Now there was like a Lego battleground type, or not Lego, Nerf battleground type thing. Like so everybody got Nerf guns, shoot each other, whatever. So I pick her up after the party's over, and I'm like, hey, how you doing, honey? You know, you have fun? Yeah. I was like, did you do good? You shoot some people? She's like, yeah, I killed 2 people. I'm like, you killed them? Jesus Christ, I didn't realize these were lethal Nerf guns. So she was like, no, Daddy. I'm like, well, you said he killed them. I mean, you shot them with a Nerf gun. It's not, I killed them. They're out for that time period, you know? Like, whatever it may be. I do like to do this with this patterning, where I make something that's very similar to something on the other side, like directly across from it, but just, you know, a little off kilter. When did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine, I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines,
pines where the sun don't ever shine, I would shiver through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a dried up well, but his body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine, I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine, I'm shivering the whole night through. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, the sun shine, I would shiver. Oh, night through. Yeah, I'm just going to merge these two pieces right here. They're kind of globbed in together anyway. So let's make it one. I think it's one of those areas where there's still a little bit of wet vermilion up there. Viridian. Not vermilion. Sorry, Viridian. Vermilion's a very different tone, wouldn't it? That'd be a little bit nosily right up there, but... Yeah, speaking of Harry Potter. Those fingers in my hand, that's like a staff that strips my conscience bare. It's witchcraft, and I've got no defense for it. The heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft. Cricket witchcraft. Actually, I wish there was I wish it was on right now, because actually there's another question I have about Harry Potter.
I wish Joe House was on tonight because he could answer this question for me. If there's anybody from England, this would work. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure there's probably somebody who's not from England that can answer this question as well. But in the sixth one? I think it was the sixth one. At one point, the girl's in the cafe talking to him, and she says, "Who's Harry Potter?" You know, and he's like, he's nobody." You know, bit of a tosser, really. Like, that's really bad word over there, right? Like, because isn't that like implying like salad tosser, right? In other words, you know, they he licks someone's ass ram and kisses them. Isn't that? I mean, that's how I understood it, but. Perhaps I'm a bit wrong on that one, but I always was under the impression that that's... It's like left and right over here. On like CW's Legends of Tomorrow's, you'll hear the guy who plays Constantine say, "Bollocks." And it's like, oh, that just flies no problem over here in the US, but that's like, again, isn't that like basically the same as saying like, you know, dick or whatever, like I don't know, like it's because it's like I think balls, right? It's like literally like balls, like yeah. I don't know. I just find that funny. I find little cultural bits like that where it's like it's profane over there, but not here, so let it slide. No one will know the difference. You know, some of us actually like have talked to people over the busted little girls. This song starts so weird. I never know what it is until like I look at it and I go, "Oh yeah." Someone's talking again. That's what your punishment is, guys. Told you. I sing if you're not talking. All I wanna do is to thank you, even though I don't know who you are. You let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. All I wanna do is to thank you, even though I don't know who you are. You let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. Whoever you are, I wanna thank you, whoever you are. I wanna thank you, whoever you are. I wanna thank you, whoever you are. All I wanna do is accept. So I drive around all day. To say, all I wanna do is to thank you, even though I don't know who you are. You let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. All I do is to thank you, even though I don't know who you are. You let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. Whoever you are, I wanna thank you, whoever you are. I wanna thank you, whoever you are. I wanna thank you, whoever you are.
I want to do at least New York. Broadcasting live, and we want to hear all of ya. Mike is scaredy top, but a whole lot more of all of ya. Let us hear it with a big echoing holla. Even though I don't know who you are, you let me change lanes while I was driving in my car. I wanna thank you, whoever you are.
And this has to definitely happen on the West Coast. It certainly does not happen in the Northeast. As someone who drives a number of Philly roads regularly, ain't nobody letting you in. Fight and claw. It's called Darwinism, bitch.
Whoever you are.
And if you ever want to see what, like, the truest definition of, like, driving Darwinism ever is, look at the South Street on-ramp of 76. That's all you really need to see. Like, it is a normally, I think it's supposed to be a 55 mile an hour route, but everyone's going 70 when they can drive. Alright, and there's traffic, obviously, it's a little easier, but no, not a visit from St. Nicholson. What? But literally, the on-ramp is about 10 feet. Like, it's like nothing. You can't even fit a full car length in this on-ramp. Like, at the merge point, at least. And it's like, it's right on the 76. Like, zero chill time, and you ain't getting in. If you stop, you're dead. You're done. You're just not going anywhere. You might as well just put the car in park, get out, start a new life somewhere else. Like, so even though it has a yield sign on there, that yield sign is you better be coming around the curve to get on that ramp or whatever at 80 miles an hour and just merge in.
I got a big cock. Well, what's up? I got some thrift shop. Because the fringe is so damn frosted that people are like, damn, that's a cold ass honky. And the hella deep head into the mezzanine, dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes, those are green. Like a mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should have washed this. Smells like R. Kelly's sheets. Piss. Shit, it was 99 cents. Bound to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking. And grunting fucking it up. Money, and I'm hella happy. That's a bargain, bitch. I'ma take it grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa. Can I have his hand-me-downs? Jumpsuit in the house, slippers. The ground leather jacket that I found. From the broken keyboard, I bought a broken keyboard. Bought a ski blanket, then I bought some kneeboard. Hello. My friend's game, hello. I could take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. The sneakerheads will be like, oh, you got the Velcro. Some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is.
And I just did these dots, but there's another set of dots in the turquoise right there, and I don't want to do that. So let's do that. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome.
What you know about rocking a wolf on your noggin? What you know about wearing a first boxing? I'm digging, I'm searching right through that luggage. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Like your granddad in that plaid button up shirt. Cause right now I'm up in her skirt. The Goodwill, you can find me in the your mommy and mammy. I take the sexy second hand. I rock that motherfucker. The built-in onesie with the socks on that motherfucker. I hit this party and they stop in that motherfucker. They're like, oh, that Gucci, that's hella tight. Yo, that's $50 for a t-shirt. Limited edition, let's do some Simply edition. $50 for a t-shirt. That's just an ignorant bitch. Shit, I call that. Shit. That shirt's hooked though. One Instagram club is a hello don't. Gang Tom, take a look from my telescope, trying to get gators with the grand, and you hella won't. And you hella won't. Goodwill, poppin' tax. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I wear your granddad's clothes. I look incredible. I'm in this big ass coat from that thrift shop down the road. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. Looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I was just talking about the Goodwill.
I'm telling you, man. I'll say it again. As an artist, if you're looking for something kind of cheap, you need stretchers. Stretchers can be expensive. Don't let anybody fucking trick you into thinking otherwise. If it weren't for my whole thing about rating Goodwills for old pictures from people, I mean, I don't even want to imagine how much I would have had to spend this year on stretchers. Because, like I said, 6 or 7 of these canvases done this year came from Goodwill. Like I said, I found something, I stripped them down. So, and like I said, right now there'll be at least another. Well, that one's probably gonna be next year, so there'll be 1, 2, 3. 3 for now. I'm also planning on hit a consignment shop near my house. That I'm like, just to see what they got, what they're selling for and stuff. I mean, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of that one, to be honest, but there's a couple of like those bargain, shops that I might be hitting up just to see. There's another one up on McDade. I didn't think about stopping that. I should have done it today. It's an excellent place, though. It's an excellent resource if you can find it. But don't get me wrong, like don't spend, if you see something that the painting is going to be $25 or something, pass over it, because you can get the stretchers then probably cheaper than that. Unless you're absolutely sure that the painting, the stretchers you looked at online are going to be $30. Then buy it. Yeah, obviously. Why is this not fitting right in my ear? Got its own mixed in with other shit. That's what bothers me. It's okay to eat fish, 'cause they don't have any feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. Something in the way. Yeah.
Suffocating fish, 'cause I don't feelings. Something in the way. Something in the way. Yeah. Something in the way.
That's good. Alright, so my goal tonight is just to finish up these blues. So, if I had been able to get that extra half hour, I would have been saying let's put the turquoise back on top of them too, like the little place where I want to do highlights. But I'm gonna have to leave that for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's may also be a little late. Shouldn't be too bad. They've been pretty good on the. But it's my son's belt test night, and I'll be honest, the onus is entirely on my boy and how quickly we get out. And that's not being facetious. That's not trying to be like, oh, my boy. No, I'm actually going the other way about that. Vincent has a nasty habit of not practicing like he should, and as such, it leaves him with a. He always ends up like, especially at the last three of them, he's flubbed out basically the first run. This is not catching my ear right. That's like starting to hurt. And so then they end up giving him a second shot usually before the end of the night. But so we'll see. It's all on him. I made him go upstairs today. Oh, thank you very much, N3TTV. Thank you very much for the follow, for the hosting. And whoever's viewing him, thank you. Welcome as well. Got a little bit of time left. Hopefully, I'll be here until about 10. Still working on this background here. It's a little slower than I usually work on the backgrounds because I've never really done this type of patterning before, and it's kind of reactionary. Everything's kind of, I don't know I'm painting the next step until I do the one in front of it. Like, once I make one shape, it's like, oh yeah, well, what shape goes there next then? Will work nicely. He thinks I gave her my heart. She tasted my soul. Now she's gone again. He thinks. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's getting there. Like I said, we haven't even messed with the ugly yet, so it'll it's a new technique though. I've not played with this in color. This type of patterning, done it in a few pencil drawings. Eventually, I'll start doing it in actual figures. I'm just not comfortable with it yet. So I want to figure backgrounds are a good place to start. I can play with it. I'll do it in another background at some point, and I'll be like, all right, I'll try a little more complicated shit going on there. And I think if I do that, then we got something to work with. How'd the stream go earlier? I wasn't able to check in. I was running around all day today. I saw you were on, but I couldn't get it in there. Facing with the dotted flights, thought breaks, the road he must take, the road that will lead to the end. Thanks. Thank you very much. It's, like I said, it's getting there. I hope once I'm, like I said, once I'm used to it, it'll be a little faster than it is, but I don't want it to ever have a feeling of, like I know what I'm doing with it, you know? So, yeah, exactly. I had to take my daughter to a birthday party. I had to do a couple runs for the wife. And while I was out, I decided to do a run for... I like to go to Goodwill to buy canvases. Like, what I'll do is I'll go to Goodwill, I'll buy whatever shitty painting they have in the back, you know? So, like, for whatever reason, my Goodwill, they have a lot of people that do the painting with a twist, and they just leave, they donate their canvases. So I'll pick up a bunch of those, but today was a dry day. I only got 2 canvases. But I figure it costs $7.50 for a canvas that's probably a good 25 by 20 inches, I'd say, roughly. And then another one was like probably 12 by 16. So for $7, I can't complain. The canvas stretchers for just the one side of the big painting would be probably that much, so if I bought them fresh. But it's a good cheap way to keep me supplied. Does the blue show up? I mean, it's kind of like, you can sort of see like the lines here, right? I've been having a lot of tech issues tonight. I was late starting because my computer decided, let's do an update tonight, and let's do it real slow. And then once it's finished the update, my USB port's been giving me trouble that I had the camera in. And it feels like it's going loose entirely now, like it's not connected anymore. So I gotta get into the computer at some point. And it's a laptop, so it isn't easy to get into. So it won't be fixed. So that's why I usually have like a little camera, like, yeah, a little shot in the corner there. So you can actually see the palette over here. So you see what I'm working with, but like color-wise. So everything was just like rushed back into... Get the memory card, get the capture card read on the other side of the laptop. So I hadn't had a chance to really dick around with any of the any video and try to make it any better. If anybody wants to see a better version of it, I'd say my Instagram's at Menaceart. Click there. Once this is over, like about 10 minutes later, it'll be up with at least a slightly better version of it. Even that, I actually had my mother-in-law over today, and she saw one of my other paintings. It's a winter scene that we have hung up now, because I have matching paintings, one for winter, one for spring, you know, etc. For the 4 seasons. And she saw it up, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She's like, "Wow!" She's like, "Is this new?" And I was like, "Well, I did it last year." And she says, or the beginning of the year. And she goes, "Oh," she goes, "Okay, so you've never hung this before?" I was like, "No, not really." She goes, "Oh my God!" She's like, "Your stuff is so different in person." And this is a woman that's, I mean, my wife and I have been together now, goddamn, 18 years. So she's seen my paintings before, and it's still like, she still goes, "I see your pictures and I see them, you post them on Facebook and I see them," and she goes, "and they're just not the same. They're so much more brilliant in person." But pictures are the best as you can get unless you can get to a show. And I don't have one of those until January. And it's only a pop-up show. It's only like literally 3 hours. That's only for someone in the Philadelphia area. From the Greater Philadelphia region, the Philly Art Collective, January 12th, I believe. Hold on. I know where it is. I know where it is. I have it posted up here. Yeah, January 12th. That's right. And that's more than shameless plugging. I will say that. I want to say, I really do believe that about all art. It's not just me. Like, it's not just my stuff. I believe that about everything. So, I've said on here a couple times. My oldest daughter has told me before, and it wasn't really an argument, because she knows to surrender to me immediately when it comes to this stuff. But, she told me one time, I was like, Starry Night's our favorite Van Gogh. And I'm like, well, you've never seen it. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, you've never seen Starry Night. You like the print of Starry Night. You think, the print of Starry Night is your favorite print of it, or whatever print, but you've never seen Starry Night. She goes, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, you've never been to the MoMA. I know, I've never taken you, and as far as I know, you've never been there on any other trip. And she goes, well, yeah, and so you've never seen Starry Night. And, so I always like to say, if you've never seen a painting until you've been standing like literally in front of it. You may think you like Monet's Water Lilies, whichever one it may be, but you've never seen them unless you've actually stood in front of them. I get snotty about stuff like that sometimes. And there are people who might have different opinions, but they're wrong. It's best they admit to it now. NBA, fucking go. I'm doing the best I ever did. I'm doing the best that I can. When I was in school about 20 years ago, I had somebody come up to me one time with they were trying to show me a new artist, and they're like, look at their work here. And I like literally took the book, was like, flat, where can I see them? Like, I was like literally like, what museum can I go to? Like, don't give me this shit. I can't use this shit. Feel for you. Better fucking go away. And once you've seen it, I'll add a caveat that once you've seen a piece, then you can work off the print if you need to, if you're trying to think about it later on. Like the Van Gogh Museum, I think it's still on tour somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is now. But they sent like a little, they were 3D prints of 8 paintings, 9 paintings, something like that. And they had it up in the King of Prussia Mall here up in Pennsylvania. And my family and I went up there to see it, but as I told my kids, I'm like literally my 2 younger ones, I'm like, you're not looking at the real paintings. I can look at these and I can remember when I was in front of these, when the Van Gogh's tour came by in 1997 or whatever, 98, whatever it was. I'm like, I remember them. You still have not seen these. Don't think we're looking at the real paintings right now. And I showed them a little parts where I'm like, this color is wrong. I can tell you that right now. This color is not correct. And they were, it's like it's got a couple different names, but it usually goes by the Harvest, whatever. It's a big field shot, and there's a little like purplish cart, like indigo looking color right in the middle of it. If you know the painting I'm talking about, you've seen it. I could try to find it in my book, but it's from Arles, but like my buddy and I went down to see it, and like I said, 97, 98. We were blown away by the. Come on, where the fuck are you? I think I know this book inside out. Come on, stop lying to me. Here we go. That's the old version. Alright, that one. Alright. These colors right down here. There's actually a much more brilliant, like light lavender in there that doesn't show up in that print. And I've never seen it in any print. And including the 3D prints I just looked at this past, October, I think is when it was by. But if you get to see the pop-up exhibit, it's kind of cool. At least the texture's pretty good. But if you haven't seen those paintings, it's not quite as worthwhile. It was a cute experience for me, though, because they have people that, like... Now, they had some people from the Van Gogh Museum themselves traveling with the show. And me and the dude had a pretty good conversation real quick. Because he starts talking about something like, yeah, I remember this one. And I start talking, and I'm chiming in with little bits. And he's like, oh, okay. You know, I think he quickly moved on because he's like, oh, I can't teach him. But then they had, like, people that were in this area that work, you know, at the mall that were in there to try to, you know, tour guide or whatever for this little pop-up thing. And this one girl comes over. Do you guys have any questions? And my wife starts dying of laughter. And I'm just like, sweetie, I've forgotten more than you'll ever be able to teach me. I was just like, I don't mean to be like, you know, that dude, but no. That guy, literally the guy from the Van Gogh Museum, was probably going to have trouble keeping toe-to-toe with me when it comes to him. I consider him my master. I studied him a long time. You're going to have some trouble keeping up. You know? And we just left it at that. There was one part that I will say that I was able to look at, and I didn't notice it at first. When I saw them originally, I thought they were part of the painting. I'll grab this. This should be easier. I think I have these prints out. This is cool. Alright, that one and that one. There we go. These two paintings. Wait, try to plug in. There we go. Better? Yeah, there we go. These two paintings. There's actually bits of this painting on this painting. And I had never noticed that before, because these little dashes down here, these greens, they kind of just felt natural to me when I looked at the painting the first time. And there's some up here. But what happened was Vincent was carrying it like that. Like slapped together, face forward. And this hadn't quite dried yet. So it picked up on there. And I hadn't seen that one. That was pretty cool. Those ones aren't. Those are Van Goghs. Yeah, I'll give you to one real quick. Like, that's the one I just finished before that. That's Champ. Champ right there. That's my oldest daughter's dog on her mother's side that just passed away. Over behind the snow shovel is Tree Roots with Moss. And this is a study off of Yosef Israel's Last Breath, which I should be at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, but they haven't had it on display since the first time I saw it. So I don't know what's going on with that. Let me get back to where I was. What the hell is it? Just us six. No, too high. I got a bunch more, like literally, like right down here, but there's no way this camera will do it in focus, so. Yeah, but if, like I said, if you check out my Instagram, that's that or my Facebook page, which is Brian Coates Paintings, are the two most up-to-date stuff. My website hasn't been updated since August, so I don't know when I'm going to get to it again. I got to get to it by the end, before the new year starts, because I got to change prices, but. And mind you, these are only what were done this year. So. Mostly. Well, that was done that was 2017, the Last Breath one. A majority of my paintings are locked up in either a storage facility that my folks rented out to house their stuff, but I ended up taking over. And at my parents' house, they had a drying rack put in when I was in college, and I still claim it over there. It is something that can be moved. I just don't have room to move it, so. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. It's I feel like I'm finally starting to get back to form a little bit. Like I said, I'm a little slow on this one, but like that painting of Champ, I really expected that to be like a 12 Twitch episode at least. It was just dogs and pets and everything are rather new to me. I've been doing a couple this year. Like a buddy of mine, his dog died, and he asked me to paint it for his wife, and I said sure. And another buddy of mine, his dog's still alive and still very healthy, but he was like, dude, can you do a painting of Willa? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I did a painting of my cat, and so then my daughter's dog died, and she was like, can you paint this picture of Champ? And I was like, alright, I'll give it a shot. Now the thing is, with Champ especially, as I said, this was her mother's dog, or on his mother's side, you know, I guess. And so every time I picked up my daughter when she was a little younger, this dog would greet me at the door with, you know, and I'm like, I don't believe in bad dogs. I don't, you know, it's a pit bull, but that doesn't mean anything to me. But it is my ex-wife's dog, and that means something to me. You know, like I was waiting for sick 'em, you know, like any minute. And so I always had this nervousness with that dog. So I was like, this painting's going to take a while to make it look good. And it actually popped out pretty easily. And I was like, okay, all right. You know, it was only, I think, 8 episodes and like maybe 16, 17 hours. So I was pretty stoked about that. I'm not expecting to ever be able to paint. Like, when I was in college, I'd bang out a paint. This thing would be done already. Like this episode 4, so it's 8 hours. This had been long done. Champ would have been done in about a day and a half. Probably about 7 or 8 hours. But like I said, that was a 20-year-old. I mean, I was working full time still, but I can't say that. I can't say it's because I have a full time job, but I had a 20-year-old stamina. So. I was talking to another painter who's follows me here, and I follow him now. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it was like it was like I said, it was a unique situation. My ex and I are like, we can tolerate each other to a degree, you know, and there were a couple times where it was just like I just was waiting for it. I was just sitting there. She'd be like, come in. And I'm like, I don't want to. I really don't want to, because I don't know if that dog's going to be, you know. I don't know what you'll do. Yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, at least the painting came out good. It should be dried by the time Christmas rolls around, so... Or not... Well, it won't be dried. Oil paints don't dry that quickly. Even when people think they're dry, especially when you paint thick like me, they can take, actually, inside, years to dry. I mean, I'm not quite as thick as I used to be, but, like... The impasto painting I used to do, I still hit it on occasion, but I did a painting for my wife. Still hangs in our bedroom now. I did it for her birthday, and it took me 2.5 months after her birthday before I could give it to her. Oh, she was pissed about that, man. Holy shit, we were dating still, and I was like, there was a lot of medium, a lot of oil mixed into it, and it was before I could even say, like, here's a skin. And it's up in our room. That was probably 2001, 2002. And I'll be honest, I'm still not sure the paint inside is dry. Because it was so thickly laid on that I'm like, it could still very well, underneath the surface there, yeah, deep against the canvas, I'm sure, but it could still be wet.
That's where fishes go when fishes get the scent to flee. What's your name? Let's add a little something that one. There we go. Yeah, found God and he was absolutely nothing like me. You opened my mouth, looked down my throat, told me I was thirsty.
Like I was saying, I was talking to this guy Keto, and we were talking about just paintings and the way you can kind of get into zones and stuff. And when I was younger again, dating my wife, and I decided, like, I did this painting. I took a photo of her. She was awake, but it was while she looked sleeping in my bed. And I did this. It's a big ass painting. It's like 5 feet across or something like that. It's huge. It's the biggest painting I've ever done. And I worked on like a bunch of ink sketches. So this way I was like, if it was wrong, I just threw out the sketch. So I was trying to make sure I could draw her face perfectly. No flaws. You know, I knew I had to know her face before I put it to the, on paint on canvas. And so I did like 15 sketches that I saved. There were a bunch I threw out. I don't even remember how many I threw out. And I was working on the painting. I always like to think there's a color that balances everything. A lot of times for me it seems to be orange, and I don't know why that is, but I could not find it with her. And I was hunting and I kept trying a different area. Like, maybe I do this area, the rest of it will make sense, and nothing was working. I'm like, okay, well, let me try, to throw this over here, and I got caught up in it to the point that I painted 48 hours straight. I don't have really any memory of those 48 hours. I can tell you I must have drank sodas because there were empty soda bottles all around me. So I know soda was consumed, which implies I must have gone to the bathroom because my pants were not wet. So I must have gone to the bathroom at some point. But I don't remember it. I remember smoking. I was a smoker at the time, but smoking was part of my painting process. So if I was having trouble, I'd go out and smoke, and I'd start thinking. So I do remember that. I had friends stop by that talked to me. I didn't remember them being there the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they would come by, like, hey, what are we, we're going to do this thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, well, we were talking about this yesterday. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, I was over, and we were talking, and I was like, you were over? And they're like, holy shit, are you insane? I'm like, a little bit, and it was just like a total, like, fugue-like state, and I was warped out, because I was trying to find that color. Once I found it, again, it was an orange, that kind of balanced the rest of the painting out. It was like, okay, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go to sleep right now. Don't bother waking me up. It was like something like 14 hours later I woke up. And that's when I woke up and I went downstairs. I was like, this is a mess. Somebody's left a bunch of shit all over the floor. Like, look at those soda bottles. I kind of like the streaming bit of things now because since I have to talk, it keeps me from having to enter one of those states. I have to keep in mind that, there are people potentially watching.
It's no, yeah, I can show you. Like I told you. So I can call ya. Girl, I can call me Olga.
See, because something like that, a little differently though. This one's a little different. See, because I do remember the painting. I should say that. I don't remember anything from the 48 hours outside of the painting. But then something last year, about the same time, it was a little earlier in the year, I think. I was listening to a violinist who I'd never heard before, but I'd put them on because I was having trouble concentrating on this painting. I remember listening to them. I do not remember painting. The album would finish up, and it was like, oh shit, man, there's more shit on this paint, on the canvas than there was. So I put a different album on, popped out again, and so. All right, take her to the bathroom run. Oh god, oh yeah, 9-week-old, yes, absolutely, take her on a run. Take it back once. Hopefully I'm still here by the time you get back. I'm going to finish up just that stretch there. And then tomorrow night I'll finish it. I want to add a little bit of the turquoise blue into the... Gives it like a... like I said, it's been getting a little bit of a stained glass look here, and I like that. So I want to make sure I continue that along. Big cock, find out how hard I gotta work. It was Bach. It was the violinist was Hilary Hahn, and I hadn't heard of her. There was a commercial that morning on. She was doing a residency at the Philadelphia Orchestra, and I was like, okay. And I was looking for Bach. Her album popped up. I was like, oh, look at that! Just heard of this lady. Let's put her on. Out. It's gone. I ended up mailing that painting to her because I was like, it didn't feel like mine anymore. I was like, I sent it to the reps. I'm like, try to get this to her if you want, whatever. Literally a note saying, like, throw it out if you want. I really don't care. Just don't tell me what happened to it. Just get rid of it. I need it out of this house. It's sitting in a pile of paints. Paintings, like, literally like a telltale heart. Just, you didn't paint me. I'm not yours. Yeah. It's a little fucked up. This one, yep. Could add variety to that. How can I make that a little different? Oh wow! Oh, that's great. Well, that's kind of like basically how he was found too, in a weird sense. Like, I guess he was sort of known when he was alive, but they end up finding a lot of his compositions like in like fish wrapping, like literally paper used to wrap fish. And I was like, oh shit, you know. Which is kind of fucking amazing. There are many, many crazy things. If you've never heard her play it, fucking go listen right now. Like, I won't even be mad if you leave. Like, she's astounding. She actually just released a new one, and it's even better than her first one. Well, the first one was like, she was like 16 years old or something like that. The memory of all that. The album Violin and Voice is phenomenal too. Now I also have a weird thing for like German sopranos, and I don't know why, because I don't speak German. But I like the sound of it. But that's an awesome album too. No, no, they can't take that away from me. They ain't never meet again. The way you hold your knife. I won't subject you to my bad Bach joke, by the way. You can check out the highlights if you want to hear a terrible Bach joke. It's awful. It's as dad joke a joke as it gets. It's terrible. I consider Bach usually like my big gun. I have to break him out usually when I'm having trouble studying, or doing whatever I'm doing. And I'll be honest, play it a lot more now just because there's other shit going on that I need to get out of my head. So I usually use it to do that. But I used to try to reserve it. Like, it was like always like, okay, in case of emergency, break glass and play Bach. But the night in question or whatever, that I had issues with that one painting. Usually I had some cello suites at the time in my collection. I didn't have anything else. Yeah, even actually my Mass in B minor, like the CD had died years ago on me, snapped in half. But so I had this cello suites, and it just weren't clicking with me that night. It just they weren't. It's like I had heard them so many times. It's like, oh, this isn't gonna click with. I was in a whole other line of problems, and it was like, let's throw this on, give it a shot. It would be. It would be. Don't need to push, but I've been shown. No, just like you. Think we've had enough. I can't believe a thing they want us to. Alright. Alright, we're nearly there. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this soon because I'm just trying to make up the time I lost from the my tech issues before this thing started tonight. I figured it was gonna take that full 2.5 hours, and I'm about right, so. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the field the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed mind. Alright. Last drop of beer. Alrighty, so, I guess it's NetDev, right? Is that how you pronounce it? NetDev, thank you very much for the hosting and for chatting. It makes it so much easier to chat. Oh god, it makes it so much easier when chat's going by. So we'll be back on this tomorrow night after my son's karate classes is all done. Should be normal time, so it should be about 9:15. Gonna add some of the turquoise blue back into some of these cobalts. And hopefully I have just enough time to finish up a little French ultramarine, I think, in the darker areas. And then after that, we'll be back on the ugly mug, starting, chicks dig it. So, thank you very much. Like I said, we'll keep hammering at this. It should be, hopefully, like I said, I think tomorrow night I can finish the background, then Wednesday night stream, we'll start on the my ugly mug. And, so I'll catch you guys then. Like I said, tomorrow night's 9:15 and Wednesday's at 8 o'clock. So, peace out. Have a great night. I should get one of those end screens. I don't have one yet.